2011.
Damn.
Yeah.
Clash Royale?
Is that the? I don't even remember what's from that one. I think I played the original one. I don't know.
Oh man, bro, that's hard. OG.
Dude. Back then it was a lot easier though, because it's like not as much stuff. So.
Alright, give me a second actually.
Yeah.
Alright, nah, it's too Christmassy, bro. I can't do that.
How'd your exams go?
It's pretty good, bro. Calculus was tough, but you know, it is what it is, bro.
You're a senior, right?
Yeah. Oh.
AB?
BC.
Is that what it's called? AB and BC?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're weird, bro.
It's not that bad, bro. It's just.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I think AB senior year.
Ooh. Damn.
But it's under yours, I think. I think BC's one up. I think.
Yeah, it's Calc 1 and Calc 2, basically, I think. But.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, you ready?
Let's do it.
Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, let me move my map up on my. Alright, you are up on YouTube now. Alright, let's get it.
I don't remember this game. This game was today, but I don't remember this one because it's
Oh man, okay.
been a minute.
There's a couple things I noticed. Or, one thing I noticed. I'm just around. Overall, it was good. But right here, you heard him rotating, and he stopped the sound cue over here. And I think if he kept on running, you would have been able to hear his sound cue, especially from sight when you were right here. So, I would say do not rush to rotate. Be careful, especially what happened afterward is you left the dude on site, and if this dude won the 1v1, it's very awkward.
Yeah.
I would say you tell one of them to play retake, or you gamble one of the sites and retake together, and you won, so that's good. What's up?
As 3, right? Like retake as 3.
Yeah, or double up or something. Yeah, or hold the site as 3. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's get. There's a lineup from right here. You molly aim in. There's a much more efficient way to do it. Actually, it's you want to get into this corner, I think, and I think you aim either to the right of this or under this, and left click jump throw, and then it basically lands here a lot faster, and it's you don't have to turn around for that.
I'll find that on.
Yep.
I think I've seen that one. I think Austin does that one.
Yeah, good use of the corner. I would say be careful though, because you are playing against an eco, so basically you don't want to give them any like easy fights. You want them to come to you, because if there were like, let's say 2 or 3 over here, and they have a crossfire, you're cooked. It's good if you don't force a fight, especially on an eco. You want to just play the odds. Right here, be careful with your jiggles. If
Is it too wide or?
a little bit, and you're too far back. If this guy is, if you fell back and these guys walked in on the timing,
Yeah.
and he gets close, you can see a tiny sliver of your body from what you're doing right now.
So don't jiggle.
You could, but it's a little awkward and it's a little far, I think. You can jiggle closer to the pillar, but not when you're so far back, because then you're more exposed.
Okay.
Yeah, also right here is good. I'd say for the second person, if you know he's there, just wide swing him, because if you're letting him come to you and peek you from that, it's a little more dicey. And he's what's it called? He is closing the gap, I guess. You have an MP9, you should be able to, you know, just spray him down if you run him around. There's no way you can out aim all of that. And that's as far as I went.
Right
So.
there, like a flash. No, you good.
Okay, so all this is new content. I mean smoke?
Yeah, you mean smoke.
Gotcha.
I forgot why I didn't throw it, but oh, I was late, so I didn't throw it. So
Hmm.
I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not.
Okay, so Anubis is a wait. Yeah, okay. Anubis is a map where it's heavily T-sided, and on every map you're gonna want to get very aggro, especially as a CT side, especially if you guys are down. So if you hear that your teammates are like dying on this site, and there's a high probability there's going like they're pulling up, you should
Yeah.
one rotate a little earlier, or two push this A main smoke. It's not good if you push very or you could push earlier, but I'd say you don't have a lot of support, and it's the odds are stacked more against you if you solo pushes. So for the aiming push, I'd say you push off of a timing or off of the deaths of your teammates, or if you can do it, time it with your teammate. Like get
How
some.
do I? Sorry. How do I find out timings more frequently? Or like, how do I figure it out? I guess is it just like based on like what you feel like the enemy's like throwing utility, and you're kind of counting down your head, or are you trying to like?
I would say
Because
it's
normally I'm looking for like. Sorry, go ahead.
prodding. I'd say it's also based off of the information you have. If you're like yo, if your teammate has the information that yo there's like a couple B main, or like if they're like that, if your teammates are dying on B main or on B, there's more of a likelihood that these players on canals are going to be shifting towards B because they got sight. So if you push off of your teammates dying, then there's a
Yeah.
bigger chance that you can catch back turn. Of course, it's not going to be 100%, but
Yeah.
that would be how I do it. I think timings might yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. I mean,
Pretty boring.
yeah. Okay, it's a save.
So-
I would say okay. Hold on. No custom design. Sorry, bro. All right. I would say okay. Usually CT side, at least in pugs, either you wanna. I think at least in my pugs, if they're hitting B a lot, my teams like to do a 3B setup and 2 mid setup. Cause generally this map is one of those maps where they don't really hit the A site too much. It's similar to like I'd say Dust 2. Like if they're taking this early, you would know 100% because they need a lot of util, and if you start 2 mid, because usually it's either a lot of mid, they start early mid presence or early B presence, and you want to kind of basically defer them from that, and I would say it's better to start 2 mid if they're hitting B a lot. And then also based off of what the team or your opponents do, you can react off of that. Like if you don't think they're gonna go A, then 100 P, no reason for you to go A.
Okay.
What's the teammate have?
Uh,
P250. Well, it's tough. Yeah, good job retaking it. Just in case though, be careful of house. If while all of you guys are here, if the T's there was one, he could have lurked up and then just perched over here, and then that way when these two come out, this dude can hold rotations. So be careful about that spot. I mean, in this case there was nobody, but yeah. Nice.
Right here, I think I tell him to go the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Towards like heaven.
Nice. Yeah, good job. Yeah. Like last time, don't force the defuse. It's good. Also, if there is like a XVX and X is not equal to 5, generally, and it's also late round, the T's or the opposition or the T's more likely than not are going to be bunching up. So earlier, if you got a pick on A and that guy is walking out, it's most likely going to be A, because at the time you got that kill, there was 30 seconds left, or yeah, there was around 30 seconds left, and if these guys were here, and okay, you guys, I don't know if you guys had info for sure, but
we had info that 2 of the 3 were on A.
Okay, so if there's 2 of the 3 on A, assume one of them has bomb, right? All right, like it's a big assumption, but if that guy decides, yo, I want to rotate back, that's gonna take a while, because while he has to rotate back, he either has to go knife out, and that would make him pretty vulnerable, or he has to clear out like all the other angles that could be happening. Like, because when the T's come here, the CTs you guys didn't, but there's a possibility that you guys filled that gap and you guys like pushed up all the way. There's like a million different angles that the T's are gonna have to clear, and if you guys already know that they're here, I'd say more often than not, just hold the extremities until your teammate gets here, and then you guys can fight for it. Okay. Together, of course.
Yeah.
Hold on. Who's JJ? Alright, nah, my bad, bro. You gotta say your name. Alright, I'm back. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Next round. Good round overall, though.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yep.
Because you are on gun rounds. Once again, aggression on TT side is pretty important. So, yeah, okay, it's pretty important. So, I would say I saw somebody in F field do this one time. If you're smoke this off and you're just solo A player, honestly, take some chances. And oh yeah, on the boxes as well. It's pretty sick if you jump on top of the box through the smoke. There's also another play where you just basically break the smoke and see if there's anyone behind us. You did this on the anti-eco round, and I think it's a lot more effective this round, because if you're able to... Okay, wait, hold on. Let me let you get closer first. Alright, whatever. If you're here and you break it, if you get one, it's massive. And you still have a main control and all of this. And if you happen to die and you happen to peek into like 8 people, which most likely probably not, and you die, there is a pretty big path for the T's to come to site. And if that happens, this guy can most likely rotate to A before they do come in, and this guy can like basically shift to mid.
Yeah.
Try to look or adjust back to A main as soon as possible after you aimed that. You were looking at the smoke for a little while. Yeah, I gotta be aware of that walkout.
I was hoping like he would peek so I'd like see him, but he didn't peek, so I thought he went back into main instead of him pillar.
Alright, well, 1, keep your gun out. 2.
Yeah.
I'd say as a solo A player, when it's a XVX situation and you guys are up on numbers, you most likely don't, and especially if you don't have smoke, don't play sight. If you get mollied off, you're most of the times you're cooked. You would have to get one, because if you die and your teammates are late right here, it's and you die, it's a free sec for the CTs. And
Oh yeah.
if
We
this
lost this round.
oh, you guys lost this round.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly. It plays out exactly how you say.
ooh, tough. Yeah, because this guy, sure, he was already camera, but if he went and fought for this, maybe he would get one, but it's very unfavorable because it would be a 2v1, and he's not playing for trades. So, yeah, pretty awkward. Yeah, it's tough. All good, though. Okay, glass cannon up, see it. Nice. I would say. No, never mind. Oh jeez, wait, what happened? I missed it. I missed it again. Okay, my bad. You fall asleep?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I didn't fall asleep. I just missed.
Oh, okay. Well. Alright, I'm gonna give you a tip that I don't know the practicality of it, but I use it very often. When I'm holding something, I like to jiggle my mouse like a tiny little bit. Like, it looks like you have Parkinson's, but at the same time, it's like it makes it so that your hand is ready to move. So if somebody does peek you, you're able to like flick accordingly to it. Because what I found out is when I'm holding stuff, usually it's for like a long period of time, I fall asleep. Now maybe you didn't fall asleep, but if you did, this would be like a super good remedy for it, I guess.
Okay. I'll try it out.
Yeah. You might get questioned though, but like, better get questioned than to fall asleep, I'd say. Alright, 2 things. Your back is turned.
Yeah.
Also, let's watch that back really quick. Yeah, once again, I think that's why it was one of those moments where doing this motion, turning around and throwing it wastes you some time. Cause then now you get to aim in later. Sure, that flash was unfortunate, but if you weren't flashed, you would have been able to post on this earlier, and then you would have probably been able to get one. Now, your movement is also very it's a little inefficient. When you're backing off and you want to, if you're like trying to wait for your team to pull up, hug the wall, because you kind of went right here, like back here, and then, okay, that's very over exaggerated, but like back here, and then here, and then here, and then, and you got picked. Because at this point, what's up?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that basically I'm calling for help for the guy that's throwing the molly right now. It's blue. So like, before I got flashed, I already heard them, and I was like, I need help, and I was telling him I need help, but then I guess it was delayed, so I was hoping if you're faster. But yeah, I do agree that the movement is very bad.
Sorry.
No justification.
Oh yeah.
No justification. I'm just saying.
Yeah. At this point, you're already pretty laid out, so don't turn your back, bro. Or if you already hear all of them in A main, there's a big chance. Just remember, big chance you're not gonna be able to get here to here. Maybe hug the wall here. Of course, with an op is very like kind of unfavorable. So that's why you would want to double up, especially if you're opping A main, like somewhere that's tight choke point. Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but since you guys lost the last round, their money is not wonderful. So just watch out for the econs and watch out for the rushes that they can do. because usually eco equals rush and, or not always, but that's usually what happens. Oh, this guy popped off. Nice. You guys still win?
Yeah, we got saved on that one.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, but positioning is going to be important. You want to position yourself off of the enemy information, basically.
Okay.
You don't have to like keep track of like their money, like 100%, but
Yeah.
at least try to keep track of what type of guns they might be on, as like full buy, eco, whatever. Yeah, okay, that's good. There is a massive gap left over here when your teammate did rotate away. I would say since you guys did have already 2 on B, at that point, if you're on A and you can't watch both, I'd say you let them come out A, you play retake if they do come out, and then you stay heaven and hold for the camera walkout with the op. In this scenario, there's just double out. Nice. Good shot though. There's a good spot. I like playing on A. It's right here in this cubby on heaven. Unless you get mollied off, you're not going to most likely you're not going to die, and you're gonna get one. It's a pretty good off angle, and if you're watching this, it's a little bit. It's a pretty thin adjustment if they do come out camera and see you heaven, and most likely. Also, once again, I don't know the practicality of it, but when the T's come out and they're quiet about it, if you hear them, of course you're gonna know. But if you don't know and they're walking out, they're most likely going to path this way, and they're going to be looking not at heaven because they're gonna clear it one time, and that's it. And they're going to be trying to go set up for some rat play. So, in that instance, you can at least get one. And you guys were down a player, or you guys were not down a player, but it was like a 4v5, so.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been horrible. Or if you want to play safe, just play back. And once again, they're on weak buy. That's good. This time, you're playing a lot further back. Oof, good flick. Yeah. That's how you want to be playing the anti-ecos usually, unless you have another player with you on A main. Don't go solo A main if you know they're on eco. It's good. You're playing back. I would say maybe. After the first 1 or 2 peaks, you want to be careful about these last 3 players. So don't just dry peek again. Yeah, they're on bad guns, but they still have like Tech 9s and stuff, right? The round, you can lose a round a lot faster than you think with Tech 9s, and I would say, I'm not sure what utility had actually. Let me rewind it. Yeah, you had a flash nade, and yeah, almost full belt. You can like bounce a flash off of here, or just like left right click up in the sky or something to go for a repeak. You can like even Molotov sight, or go for a quick peek to Molotov. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do just without having to get a kill, you know.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
If you can delay, then that's good.
Yeah, I think here we started realizing that like they're pulling me, so I think eventually I'll start calling for a second on A.
Okay. Ooh. Oh man.
Yeah.
Alright, what was the information and stuff in this round?
We got a couple picks at A, and then there was one guy canal. So I heard the one guy canal, and then since it was op canal, I was just like, all right, he's probably by himself. So I went to go. I just went through the smoke.
Okay.
Because they said like multiple util at B, I think is what it was. Or something. Which
Alright.
the only thing I heard was the one in canals opping is what I heard.
Let's see this again. Alright, that guy was walking up E-box. I would say if you go in again as well, walk just in case, because of this person. Most likely when they're like heavy leaned on B already, there's usually not gonna be person rugs, because usually rugs is for when you're like setting up an A rush or execute, or if they're holding for a push. And in this scenario, they're like they got kills on B, I think, right? So most likely they're going to be looking on B and running that way. So but stairs, there is still a chance because the teammates are staggered. Maybe there's a dude up here and he's like, yo, I'm gonna go canals, and he might be late on E-box after that. So I would say right here, because of that, you don't want to give up the info. So be careful, be quiet, stay quiet. And yeah, just don't instantly turn away.
Okay.
I think there's like a habit that was kind of happening in this game. Don't look away, bro. Just after you kill this guy, even if you want to fall back, look forward. Look forward and move back, because you never know when somebody is going to be peeking you, okay? Awareness, or I wouldn't say this is awareness, this is just discipline, okay? Discipline yourself to... I know your knife is hella sick, but still... value...
I just try to run away.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, you have to be aware of where the enemies could be, and especially when you're out in the open like that, and like a very terrorist side piece of the map. Be careful, bro. Expect them to be everywhere, right? Just don't have your pants down.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Yeah, this round their weapons should be bad. I mean, they're on full loss max, full loss bonus, but they either gotta have AKs with no util, or bat guns with a lot of util, or eco. So that's a wacky buy. Nice. Once again, falling back with your knife. It's okay, because you most likely would have gotten out, but the thing is, you ran smack dab in the middle, bro. He could have... This dude saw you, and if he was a little bit better, he would have been able to pick you off instantly with your back turned again. But the thing is, if you run in this corner, you're not exposed to the doors, because the doors is like, it cuts off right here. And technically, if you run like as opposed to out in the open in the middle, you have technically a smaller distance to get into good cover. So it's better. You want to be careful. Could have gone pillar again. Once again, awareness. Be careful when you were crossing to heaven side. That guy could have peeked you and you would have been cooked because your knife was out again. So be careful. But yeah, this would have been this is a very good angle just in case to catch the peek out. Missed shot. Nice. I would say, yeah, just don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Remember that if there's no information, just always think that somebody is gonna peek you in the next second or two, you know? I guess it's an awareness type of thing. Be careful, bro. If you're looking at something that you know that you can get peeked from, don't fall asleep and don't turn your back on it.
Got it.
Oh. Check this out.
E-box?
Nice. Wait, what was the plan here? Why did you smoke E-box while your teammates rushed mid?
We're gonna drop. We're gonna wrap B from behind, and then we're supposed to drop in from bridge into E-box.
Like half the team goes B and half the team goes E-box.
Yeah, like drop from bridge and it goes under the E-box.
I think at that point
that was the plan.
okay, well, yeah, because you smoked your way into E-box, which is awkward. Nice shots. That's good. Angle clearing. Yeah, that's good. Deduction, just, you know, there's one max on A. That was a flash. You know, unlucky.
Unlucky.
To look away next time. Stuff happens. Unlucky flash. Alright, let's... Let's see if he does. Yeah. On many gun rounds, or on rounds where you're against guns, you have to be careful about going this area early, because what's gonna happen is somebody gets stuck. As an A player, you should also learn this. It's important. Somebody gets stuck in either this corner or this corner. They line up here, and they run forward and they throw that nade. It's a lot of damage usually if it's stacked, or even just one is a lot. So if you want to fight canals early, bro, just get into this corner or get out. Or just wait, because the damage is Hundo P not worth it. Trust.
Got it.
Just either wait it out or run more forward. You guys are on eco too, so unless somebody called it, I suggest you also group up with your teammate. Because if you are holding canals alone, one, you're at a disadvantage. That guy can kill you if he peeks you, and two, you're pretty much exposed to two pretty big choke points that pretty likely that the CTs are going to be playing. So you want to be careful about that.
Got it.
Yeah, unlucky. On ecos as well, I'd say it wouldn't do much harm to also pull like a fast one, where you're just like, hey, Tech 9, rush A or rush B or whatever, and it would work out pretty good. Cause, okay, generally on Anubis, the CTs, it's either 2, 2, 1, or 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Or 3, 1, 1. Generally, there are very rare times where there's 2 on A, and I would say if you pull a fast one, rush A, because most likely there's a higher chance and likelihood of you guys taking the fight against only one guy, and then if you guys do kill that one guy, which is a higher chance of fighting like 2 or something. You guys can actually have an open avenue to the bomb site, and you guys can actually, at the very least, get bomb plant. Which is like also better than like pushing B main. Like I'd say E-box is not a bad plan as well on an eco, because it's close range. But the thing is, going out on B is always so awkward, because there's like a million angles that you can get shot from, especially also if you go from B main. So that's why I would say on ecos, A main is the best, because it's so straightforward. It's you see here, okay, right here, it's clear. You go here, all you gotta clear is here, close left, and then for the rest of the push, all you guys gotta do is look left. Maybe heaven, maybe camera, maybe all here, but you guys are already looking that way. But as opposed to when you're going out B, you're like looking this way. But oh no, you can get peek from here, you can peek from here, peek from here, whatever. It's a lot more safe, I guess. It's a good strat. House smoke?
Yeah.
Was it?
It is what it is. I tried to cancel this, like where I was telling them cancel, or where we were telling each other to cancel, but I guess opportunity looked juicy. So
well, around like this, that's why generally you would like to, unless you're going really fast, If you go fast, then you guys gotta send it before the CTs get set up. But the thing is, you guys did not go fast, and you guys let it fizzle out basically. And at this point, you guys were already smoked off, so you guys either had to like run through it or wait it out or blow it. But you guys didn't blow it, and blowing it or waiting it out would be the safest option. But at that point, the CTs would have been like, "Yo, this stuff, the map is completely quiet. What is happening, guys?" And they would most likely be ready for a B hit as well. And also because of this, there's just so much utility going around, especially when you guys are going for an early round execute. That's why people do usually play for picks and usually start spread out, because so they can spread the util. So when they actually do, well, my thing is bugged. So that when they actually, oh wow, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oof, what is happening, guys? That's odd. That's weird, sorry.
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, that's why pushes in like early round are very inconvenient, because if you're blocked off already, the CTs have a massive advantage. On top of that, I mean, of course, yeah, you guys were calling to cancel, but one of their bum teammates just ran out and was not traded, and was basically away from the pack, or like the pack of teammates that was back here. So you would not, that's very unfavorable. And also, if you guys do end up canceling, which, if you guys did end up canceling, it still would have been so unfavorable, because the total T control you guys have is right here. It's constrained to this, and that's, for all you know, bro, the CT could have had, okay, well, let's be realistic here, like maybe like all of this, and you would not have known. You guys, whoa, I just drew a dude eating.
that's what I was saying. I was like, it kind of looks like Homer.
Wait. Okay, that's crazy. But yeah, you get what I mean though, right? You guys have not a lot of a lot of control, not control, yeah. And it's gonna be super important if you want to ever get that. Also, yeah, spread out, bro. As T side, also, if the CTs are smart, they're gonna try to take fights. So, around the map at least. So, they're either gonna be like pushing this, fighting this, or like this. That's how you would want to hold it, at least in the beginning of the round. Negate the CT control for as much as possible. And because you guys do have AKs, and okay, they also have AKs, but, or some AKs, but their weapons are weird, you know? If on the general gun round is going to be M4s against AKs, your AKs have a bigger edge, most likely you're going to win. I'd say just hold. Play T side like a CT side. Or you can vary it, but it's not favorable like this, I'd say.
Yeah.
One more thing, don't treat smokes like walls. I know you didn't have an HE this round or last round, but if you do have an HE grenade, you can utilize it, bro. Like, generally, if you want to push something, you blow it and then you go. And that short timing where the smoke is blown, you and your team, you should push off of that. And it's also like a kind of like a curveball for the CTs, like, because a lot of people treat smokes like walls when in reality they are not. So,
Yeah.
also your bum teammates right here, peeking one by one. Don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, you didn't do it there, but like, just remember, don't do that. Nice. When you were back here and mid, you were worried about, whoa. The colors are changing. Okay, that's odd.
Cool.
But yeah, you were worried about the B main push. I would say at that point, if you wanted to toggle back and take this fight, just go all the way in, because at that point when you were jiggling on this corner,
Yeah.
you could have been, that timing would have let you get shot. So, and you would have been doing essentially nothing, looking at a wall. So
Yeah.
if you want to get more value, I'd say out of your at least position, I'd say just go peek that. Maybe you would have lost, but at the very least, the timing of you getting shot would have been kind of less wasted.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. But or maybe just don't look at the walls. Keep on looking at that.
Oh.
Because if, or at least toggle back and forth to clear this instead of holding a wall. Clear this and then hold that, and then make sure they can't walk out, and then hold that. Stuff like that. If you know a guy was here, I'd say just path this side. Maybe you're able to run across and get behind sight and go plant, but most likely you're gonna be challenged by this guy. So, and the only way you're gonna win is if you close the distance, because you have 1 attack 9 and 2 an MP9, bro. Those are relatively short range guns, and the closer you are, the higher your the bigger your advantage is. So keep that up, bro, or get closer, close your distance.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if you already knew that there was a guy at like a main area. Alright, let's see. Oh. Also, bro, you should find a duo to play with. Hundo P.
That's the hardest thing.
Yeah, but if you can find someone that's just dedicated to the game like you are, in 1, you get a friend, and 2, you get somebody that you understand how to play, so you can play off of each other. It's more so that player is more predictable, you know. You can manage your teammate better.
Yeah.
That's good, but the util is good. It's very good. But once again, this is uncleared, bro. If by the time you guys clear this, if there's a CT like actually challenging this, then you guys are gonna be slowed down pretty significantly. Even if he backs off after like a couple shots, or even if he kills you, by that time the Molotov you threw here or here would have been out already, and you guys are cooked. There's not a lot of util left already. I'm not sure if you guys. Yeah, I'm not sure why. No camera smoke as well. That's very important, or pretty important at the very least, because then basically you're keeping the avenue for the CTs to retake open. And sure, this is smoked off, which is good, but at the same time, if you don't have another smoke for camera, and you guys are taking their time, then it's kind of, you guys, it's site is not as locked down as you think it would be. Good drone strike. See, look at that. Now you would have to look at camera if that wasn't smoked off. I would say a quick science lesson. Not science lesson. Get into a server if you are able to. Like, line up with this pillar over here on top of rugs. And essentially, you want to aim around the middle of this pillar.
Yeah.
Or this wall. And basically what you want to do, it's kind of very eyeballed. But you want to bounce it off of this wall into here. And then that way it would be a... Wait, do you know the camera smoke?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, no need to tell you then. Okay.
Yeah. I was hoping they would throw it, but...
yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, A is a very, very, very easy site to abuse if you know the correct utility. Like, if you have A main, I would say at least liquid... of course, it's hard to coordinate, but if you're going to be in this position throwing utility, you're also able to, I would say, get aiming control first, and if it's not smoked off, you're able to basically pin a flash rate teammate that's like over here, and then you throw in front of him, you guys get aiming, and then you guys actually throw your utility. And usually the utility sets would be like one heaven, smoke camera. If you guys want to do more, molly bricks, molly sight. And if you also want, your aiming guy could molly pillar. And where do they have to hide at this point? literally only this corner. But that can also be like flushed out as all of you guys are gonna be like in here, and then you guys flash this way or like flash this way, and then this guy is blind. You guys clear him easily to kill him, and then this guy on site, if he's mollied off, out in the open, it's cooked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, it's a very claustrophobic site once you get to know it better. And spams, it's a lot harder to spam because what you're smoking off, this is like the altitude difference. And camera, sure, you can spam this, but it's so difficult. There's so much to spam, and you can just get spammed back so much easier.
Yeah, in this map, yeah.
Alright.
I think
How often do you hit your deagle shots?
like 20%.
Alright, I'm gonna get the color. Alright. I would say on eco rounds, or not eco round, if your money is bad, or eco rounds work too, I would say try to buy a Mac 10 and pull a fast one. I have a couple of repertoire, or I have like a mini repertoire of plays for eco rounds, at least on this map with Mac 10s or whatever. And generally, if Mac 10s are super good on close range fights, and especially if you're rushing something early. Sure, it's dodgy, but if you're able to like get a kill and get an opening, it's you're opening a lot for your team. And also, generally, if you like pull like a fast one, the CTs are not ready yet. And some strats that I would be talking about, or not strats, they're just basically rushes. Below this or whatever, have your teammate flash this, run through with a Mac 10, or you run into canals, get close to E-box, run close, and have one of your teammates flash you in, and you just peek through this, and it's very good because, or if you are kind of uncomfortable, you can also smoke E-box yourself. You get in the smoke, and then you pop through off of the flash, and it's very unexpected. At least for the CTs, it gives you map control at the very least. If you if there's nobody there, and even if you die, it's okay because your guns are bad. But yeah, I think try to change the pace a little more. Some rounds you're pretty unsure of what you're gonna do, and that's that's okay. You're letting your teammates decide, but you should try to at least know the game or know the maps in game a little more, so you know what you can do to help your teammates at least. Nice, good job for baiting it out. If you ever catch yourself in this area of the map and your homie is already an A-man, your job is to make sure they don't push E-box. You can jiggle it, and that's good, or better yet, you get down here so you're a harder target to hit when you what's it called, slide left, because you're a fatter target right here. When you're standing up, you're a fatter target. If you're down, be under the ledge, you're a smaller target.
Okay.
Like right here, yeah. But yeah, just be careful of the push.
I'm commenting to the teammate in A-man right now that I can like molly cake and flash for him, and he's telling me to hold off. So we're just talking back and forth.
Yeah, get your team up there. This lurk is good. Alright, he did get one. That's good. But yeah, Good timing. You guys should go off of your teammate's kill on that guy. Because then there is a bunch... Yeah, okay, because off of that kill right here, the CTs are going to be in like disarray. They're going to try to fill this gap here. And usually that involves one... Like, if there's two here already and they stack this, that involves one there or one to mid. Either way, there's going to be some instability on the CT side, and if that instability happens to be on the A side of the map, you guys go off of that, it's good. Maybe you guys might still lose, but at the same time though, you would cause a shift in the CT's positioning, which is what you want basically. It's a mini advantage that you guys have, so it's good.
Okay.
Okay, what is this smoke, bro?
I don't know who smoked this.
I would say, as a player with a Mac 10 or Tech 9, you should be the first one to go, and you should make a play, especially if your weapon is bad. I would say, once again, one thing I like to do, you gotta be careful about this angle. You can molly it off beforehand if you want, but one thing I like to do when I'm smoked off, if you cannot blow it, is just to underhand the flash and run through it. More often than not, when there's a CT holding this and some random like stupid person just runs through with a Mac 10, bro, it's so hard to kill him, especially if he underhands the flash. This guy's full flashed, and boom, you kill him. And maybe he's close, but at least your teammates can get the info, because dude, there's 4 people over here, man. If there's a person behind the smoke and you die to him, brother, there's 10 AKs shooting off here. It's gonna be the easiest trade of your lives. But if it's not, and your teammates are following behind you, and then there's a person here and you happen to die, bro, it's easy trade. Sure, maybe they can fall back up here, but then your T's can just run up here and catch them on the rotate. The timing should be disfavorable for the CTs at the very least. But yeah, and also it's because you're the Mac 10, you're able, like, 2 perks, you're able to run and gun, and you're basically able to, yeah, run and gun and short range. So especially when you're on the Mac 10, try to avoid long range fights and create as many advantages for yourself as you can. And even if you're sacrificing yourself for an op, or sacrificing yourself to die, it's okay, because you got your teammates to trade. And I would say to peek around big corners like this, jump it. You're on the Mac 10, bro. Who cares about like 80 whatever, bro? You're on the Mac 10. Run a gun, close your eyes, spray, and pray. That's the only thing that goes in the Mac 10. I would say also, I'm not sure if I said this last time, but practice your Mac 10 sprays as well as your MP9 sprays. Those guns are overpowered, bro. I promise you, they are insane. If you like use them instead of deagles, especially on maps like Inferno, I'd say on some parts of Ancient, Anubis, especially on this map. This map is pretty good for SMGs. These maps have very short-ranged fights. I mean, most maps do. So if you're able to like augment the fight in your favor by like closing the distance. Let's say there's a dude over here, and then you're here with a Mac 10. What are you gonna do, bro? Get close. So you have higher of a advantage to win. And even if he's far, if you get your spray right, you can just spray him down from 4 angle. Mac 10, by the way, is like down to the I'm not gonna show you. I don't remember well enough. But yeah, it's overpowered, bro. Just long range is good. That's also for the reason why that one round in A main, if you knew they were on eco, you want to play back, because you know that the people on Tech 9s and Mac 10s are going to hope for short range fights, because that is favorable for them, not for you. Especially when you're opping. Opping is for picking, not for holding, especially when you're out in the open. You're making yourself so much more. Your death, you killing one is good, but your death is so much more worth than the death of one person on an A main rush, especially if there's like 5 people. So just weigh that into account, because if you die, you have to think about what's gonna happen. At least in this scenario, because they have sight for free. Now, in the scenario with the Mac 10, if your money is bad, or having a Mac 10 already implies that your money is bad, so you want to try for stuff, and even if you lose, it's okay, because then you can just save the next one and then buy after that, or you already have a buy next round. So your death is worth not as much, you know, just try new stuff.
Yeah.
And go for plays.
Okay.
Now, once again, pro demos are super important, because you can essentially you can copy their what they do, and then you can build it into your own repertoire of like little like quick ones and stuff. So usually when you're creeping up E-box, hold this right side of the corner. It's not, I wouldn't say it's common, but there is scenarios where people can phase through that and go for a fast kill, because then they can just fall back in the smoke if they do get one or fail. Also, oh, okay. Well, yeah. In this scenario, I would also say crouch up to the stairs, because you're also a harder target, and you have an AK, insta headshot. You know, who cares?
I'm calling for a flash, but he doesn't have a flash.
Yep, okay, I was about to say that. Nice. Nice, that's good. I was about to call that out, bro. I'm always scared of this angle. Apparently, this angle is also called Yakinder, so the more you know, I guess.
The more you know.
Yeah, this was awkward. You were baited by your teammates. Your teammates were staggered. Your B-main teammates are also unwilling to come out, so... I mean, you guys aren't exactly coordinated, but,
yeah.
I will say this. Try to the best of your ability, coordinate your teammates. And don't go out... okay, pugs. Don't go out first, bro. You're gonna... More often than not, you're gonna get baited. That's also why you want to find a duo. But my way of finding people to play with is just queuing and just adding people that I like. I'm like, I'm just hitting them up repeatedly. So, yeah, you gotta play to play.
Yeah.
Wow, that was the worst thing I've ever said. Yeah, play to play. But yeah, networking is super important.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot more difficult nowadays, especially since I like juggle stuff outside as well too. It's like I try to add people on like facing and stuff that I feel like are match my chemistry.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Once again, I would say this fight is a little unfavorable. You have a deagle, yeah, you're holding it, yeah, but if somebody peeks it with a M4 or up, you would be be more disadvantaged. I would say don't be in the open and be crouched and holding it like this, because if you do whiff, you had to wait a little bit before your shot gets accurate again. So you're going to be out there in the open, either out there in the open, or you have to uncrouch and get out. And that would take more time than if you were just like jiggling this from either up here or down here. Down here would be better, I'd say, because like literally half of your body is cut off, so that you only see like the upper half of the body right here, as opposed to the entire body up around this area. I'm trying to draw like a mini square, but like it's whack.
Yeah. I think in my head right now, like I know they heard us aiming, right? So I wanted them not to hear us, so I was scared of going in the water, because you know how the water makes like little like ripple sounds.
Yeah.
But I'm like more or less likely to go in the water because of that. Because I would say like my strafes aren't perfect too, so it's like, to me, it's just I'm loud at that point. They'll just keep staying one at A main essentially.
True. Yo, okay, I really don't know what causes the water to ripple even when you're walking, but I got a feeling there's a slight chance they might have fixed that, because I haven't experienced that in a while. But if you're scared of that, yeah, that's okay. But also, if at the same time, if you're going to like hold from the water, like, oh wait, like this part of the water or this part of the water?
The right side.
Back here.
Side of the water? Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure if you just walk in here, you're not gonna make noise, and even if you make little noises, it's pretty unlikely that they would hear you, unless you're like stomping and running around. So I don't think it's too unfavorable for you if you do that, or for your team at that, or
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, well this round was the one based off of heroics, I think. If But when you executed, you guys had bomb over here and another dude over here. This guy wrapped with that, and that's good. But still, if you're usually if you're on A main and you're like trying to do an execute, you would be pretty like honed in on this angle, making sure that no one peeks you. So I think as the person that throws a utility, you want to at least try to rally your teammates and tell your homie to like move his fatty back over there,
Yeah.
because you guys are pretty staggered. I would say this round was like very lucky. Nice, good stuff. Okay, wait. On rounds where you are generally on when terrorists are playing to the flank for picks, there would be one person here, at least one person here, to my knowledge, and at least one mid player. And if this is smoked off, you have to really be careful about this dude right here peeking bridge. Because more often than not, your teammate over here on stairs is going to be trusting you to hold mid. Either by blowing it or by spamming it to prevent the push. Because this guy is most likely, if this guy is opping at least, he's going to be holding E-box. And if not, and if this guy peeks him, he's cooked, basically. With an AK, still more cooked, less cooked because he could adjust a little faster. But if you're going to be starting mid, and especially if you're alone, make sure they can't push mid. You know, at least try to oppose it in some way and pressure them. Spamming it works. If you just spray and pray, it works. Honestly, a lot more than you would think through a smoke. Don't treat it like a wall again as well. You can blow it as well. Blowing it would be wonderful as well. So stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I have to get in the habit of buying HEs more on the T side.
Yeah.
I'm always throwing util anyways, so I just double.
Well, what a Molotov. What a smoke. Did you guys pivot from taking mid to taking B, or what was the idea here? Because you wasted 2 pieces of pretty useful, or I'd say burnt.
I forgot this run.
Oh. Okay, well, I'd say you want to save your util. You want to get a gist of it.
Like normal default. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because now when you guys smoked it off, sure, the flash and Molotov could have been used good, but your teammates weren't even up mid yet, and they weren't really taking it, so I feel like it was kind of just wasted on mid, because now you guys only have a singular smoke and no flash, or you have a dude with a full belt, but I don't know what he's doing. Oh, okay, never mind, he's late, but like, yeah. Yeah. You want to try to save your util a little more, because then you're able to at least flash your teammates out, or Molotov backside, or right here, or whatever, you know. A lot of possibilities.
I was gonna say, like, I was thinking about throwing that util because I didn't know this mid smoke was there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was throwing that molly at house and that flash to kind of like keep one midish. So like, yeah, it would keep like 2 on site if anything, or like 1 on site, but then like a late rotate in.
That's
already had when I was throwing that util, I think we already had like 2-3 main.
Okay. Well, that's not bad, but I think at the same time you also would want to keep track of your teammates' utility, because you guys had one person with a full belt, and sure, maybe that could have been grounds for using your set somewhere else, but either way though, your utility is not very strong at this very moment. So if you guys do end up deciding to like either pivot or pivot to one of the sites to an execute, you guys would not have a lot of util, and most of the fights would be very dry. So this isn't 100% your fault, because that util mid could have been useful for a lot of stuff, but you got unlucky there. But at the same time, I think you'd also want to keep track of what your teammates have and do not have, and work off of what they have. So most likely you're gonna have like, because you had most of the util, and your teammates had not a lot, so most likely they're going to be going out while you throw the stuff. So utility is important. I'd say number one, use util. Okay, this is hard to type or write. Use util, but efficiently, but efficiently. Because I think a lot of people, I think in lower ranks, this is a high rank, pretty good. So utility isn't wasted as much, but still, I think there are a lot of instances where people just burn utility for the sake of using utility. I'm not saying this was useless. There was thought behind it, which is good, but in other scenarios, I'd say don't just mindlessly throw your utility, right? Use it to try to use it for your advantage. I'd say purpose. Yeah. You know how the thing, every picture tells 1,000 words.
Yeah.
You should have every grenade tells 1,000 strategies. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's a fire line. Every grenade. That's fire. Wait. That's pretty good. I might have to like coin that.
For real.
Also, they're on bad weapons. I understand if you would, because I understand if keeping track of economies is a little difficult or it's a lot of work. So, generally, that is why you would want to play for picks, which is why you guys are doing this. But I want to explain it a little more. But yeah, this way, one, if you're playing for picks, you don't go all in. That's too gambly. And two, on the instance that you guys do go in, if you guys are going against bad guns and you guys didn't know beforehand, you guys are cooked, bro. You guys are running into like very like claustrophobic, and where an MP9 would be more favored than an AK. That's why you would want to hold long angles in the beginning of the round, stuff like this. But yeah, essentially playing for picks is just kind of getting a feel for the other team and what you want to do. And maybe in the process, the CTs overextend and you get to kill him. Or at the same time, you die. You know, pretty. You never know.
Typical CS.
Yeah. Ooh. Practice your spray or tap.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say. Unlikely. Wait.
We know one Z box, so we're aware of one Z box.
Did you clear this? Okay. Well, unlikely, but be careful of this backside cross. It could have happened. Nice stuff. You guys are down here. I'd say it's okay if you guys play for yourself. Make some plays. But okay. Let me see. Main stuff. Keep Awareness is big, super big, more so on CT side than on T side, but T side still it's a very big thing. You want to make sure that you're aware of where the enemies could be, and even if it's a possibility, you want to keep your gun out. Don't take out your knife to style. It's good, but it's a little also awkward on some places because you're also getting caught with your pants down. Um,
Yeah.
uh, Positioning should also work on your positioning a little bit more as well, and your pathing as well, or your positioning and your pathing, because there was some stuff or some scenarios where you were a little inefficient with it and it ended up to your death, especially on when you were holding A with an op as well.
Yeah.
Another thing with awareness with enemy locations and awareness of enemy economies. And in T side, you're able to prod very well because you're able to play for picks. But on CT side, it's a little harder to actually prod and play for picks. As technically, in a sense, everybody is playing for picks on CT side. So you would want to play back essentially. Make sure if you're playing alone, let's say if you're on site, especially on A, and you're opping, probably not a good idea to play inside of A main, smack dab, bro. And if they are, you want to get out of there, bro. But get out of there, or get one, or get two, and die, bro. If you're an anchor, technically you were the anchor. If you want to get two, you want to stay alive, or you want to get two and then die. You cannot die before getting two. That's what my homies tell me, at least as an anchor.
Yeah.
So you want to be super careful about that.
Okay.
Enemy economies. Oh, also your economy as well. Try to experiment with the plays that work, and then just keep that in the back pocket, especially on ecos, because ecos,
Yeah.
there's so much you can do. Also, gun rounds, sure. If you're gonna be throwing utility, I would say at that point also try. If you're throwing utility, try to IGL a little bit or micromanage your team to like group up and lock in essentially, because your teammates that are entering or taking space are probably going to be a little more laser focused on not the team but on taking space and the enemy.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That was very helpful as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's just also running more games because I only have like in CS2. I think I only have a couple, if not more than like less than 50 games, probably 50, 60 games.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, honestly,
Gotcha.
it's like all these maps are new, so it's just I'm not used to it yet too.
Mhm. Now this is gonna come with time, but
Yeah,
if you also want, I mean, we're watching your demos right now, which is good.
yeah,
But on your own time, you could also watch with X-ray on, and see
yeah,
like how the enemy is playing, and you can like study their behaviors, and usually that's how you can like kind of imitate it and like or imitate or like kind of anti-thread it in an actual game,
hmm,
or you watch pro demos. Pro demos. This is kind of like cheesy, me telling you to go watch another demo on a demo review of your own demo, but I promise you, there is so much stuff that you can learn from watching a pro demo, especially when there's like a million of them littered on YouTube, and uh demos are good. They're like at the pro level, you can see what they're doing, and you might not understand it, but if you imitate it more often than not, it will work. And I think eventually, or you could ask me if there's something you don't understand about what you're doing. But
yeah,
also teammate oriented gameplay. This game was, I think, a little better with the teammate stuff.
hmm.
But then again, it was very puggy, so it's
So,
random.
yeah,
I would say also watch analyses like Vu CS. I don't like him as a player, but he is a good analyst. I cannot lie, or just like other pro stuff, because CS is a game where it is so pro oriented, and that's why most of the content that's generated from it is pro stuff, which is good because you can use it to your advantage and learn a lot from it, because there's just so much stuff that's analyzed, and you can actually, one, you can imitate what the pros do, and two, you understand why they do what they do, and that's really good.
Yeah, I felt like like I'm kind of stuck between watching whose demos because if I'm like watching a pug demo, in my opinion, like because I'm solo queue, I'm kind of like finding out how to play off like like more puggy. So I'm looking at people who are like higher elo than me, so like like 2.5 to like 3K elo, and I'm looking at their demos because usually they're not duo queued for the most part. If they're like, or at least like on catering it too, where it's like maybe they're not duo queued, so they're playing off their teammates, and I watch those versus like actual like I don't know someone from like Vitality or something, like
Uh,
Zhang's demo, like Dong's demos or some. It's just like because they're more structured, you know what I mean? Like I'm more puggy.
True, but I think also at some degree you have to learn that structure type of structure. And I meant by pro demos, I don't mean um from like pro matches. Of course, it's hard to emulate that type of stuff, but I meant like because pros also play pugs. I meant pros
Yeah.
playing pugs. Sure, there's a lot more
Um,
structure to it, but if you're able to learn that structure and also the stuff that they do, you're able to
mm,
some of the stuff you're actually able to communicate to your teammates and actually like carry out, and it works a lot. And I think at least for me, I've learned so much from Dunk demos and how he plays and likes to take space, especially on Mirage and taking mid and stuff. So,
uh-huh.
of course, your gameplay is not going to have to mirror one for one what the pros do, because, I mean, of course, you guys are, it's a completely different level, a completely different level of play. But at the
Uh-huh.
same time, there is so much stuff that they do and strats and like behaviors and stuff that you could actually emulate, and it would be very useful.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll check out more demos.
Mm-hmm. One last thing. Uh, I don't know how what your commitment is to Counter Strike, but you should definitely play in ESEA League. I've done it for 2 seasons. It's my second season at least, and it is crazy good. It's taught me so much about the game that I feel like I could have never learned on my own, and it's because it's structured CS, I guess, so it's a lot more. It's insane. It's pretty good. You should try it out.
I think I tried on like Recruit CS, like the subreddit. But again, I don't know. It's two things. The main thing is I think I'm just too low elo, so I'm not finding anyone essentially, or like I'm not finding anyone on the West Coast, like West Coast Central. And
Mm,
then two, it's also uh I guess I was technically both in one. So it's when
okay.
I'm low elo, two, it's hard to find somebody to or like find people.
It's actually not horrible though, because you guys are there is an open, or the lowest division you can start in is actually open, and there's a separate division for just face at level 10 and face at 9
Uh-huh.
to 10. So at your level, you're still able to compete in the lowest level, which is good, and that's what I started with last season. So I don't think you're particularly low. I can also send you a Discord server
Uh-huh.
right now of a I think I'm not sure if this is for teams, but I think you may be able to find a team here, and it's
Oh,
or
okay.
on Face as well. You might be able to join a team that's like looking for like open stuff. So
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll look into it.
yeah, but yeah, it is super useful. You can learn a lot, and it's very good.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. There, it's already like a questionnaire, like if you're on a team or whatnot, on the subreddit you just sent me, or
Hmm.
the Discord you sent me.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
good.
Sounds good. Thank you so much again.
Yes, sir, bro. You have a good night, man.
You too, sir.
See ya.
Later.
All right, guys.